talking about how dumb what they had to been thinking about the Hebrews when they got out of
Egypt.
Egypt, and the very first thing they did was built an idol that they ain't never talked to or nothing like that.
He said, "Yeah, you slow. Something wrong with you.
How are you gonna worship something that you? That's something. How you worship something you made?
You made it.
That's like you gonna worship your child.
I wish I would.
Oh, great child.
Yeah, I'm about to beat you, Jack.
It's the Bishop.
And Oz.
Welcome back to
Welcome back.
our show. We're glad to have you here
Yes.
with us. Hopefully, you have been watching recently. If you watched our last episode, we had a very good conversation talking about PTSD and faith. Well, guess what? It's still more. We're not done. So this is number two. Part two. Dealing with, we really want to talk about the faith factor.
Yes.
And you know, I was discussing faith with our sponsor, Mobile Media.
Yeah.
We're discussing faith, and I was telling him in so many ways faith don't make sense, especially to our
This man
finite
here.
mind. It makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
When you read the Bible and see the things that God did in the Bible, to us it just makes no sense. How is it? You know, we can run through Jesus like it ain't nothing. All the miracles that he did that just seemed like made no. Why would you tell somebody to go and stretch forth their hand, and you know it's been with it for all these years, and they have enough belief to even try and do it and watch it happen? Why tell somebody that's been laying on the bed for 38 years to get up? When I've seen people that were bedridden, and the way your legs and your feet kind of curl up because they're being used, and all of a sudden I just walk up and tell you, get up and walk, and you have the ability to do it. It makes no sense.
No.
But it's possible.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's why I thank God that those stories are in the Bible. Because when I go through the stuff that I go through, I have something I can go back to and be like, okay, God, you did this, and you said you don't have respect of persons.
Yep.
And if you don't respect person, then I mean you're able to do it for me too.
Yep. Do it for me too. Yep. Yep.
I ain't gonna preach.
But what I'm gonna say, you want to preach? No, but faith is you're right though. Faith doesn't make any sense. Faith does not make any sense. It does not make sense. It does not make sense.
And somebody, you shouldn't say stuff like that.
It's the truth. It don't make sense. Yeah.
It don't.
I mean, come on. A Bush talking to me in fire, and the fire not taking it. If anything, I wouldn't bow down. I probably, and today, if I seen a bush on fire and a voice come from it, I probably would sit there and talk to it. I'm gonna run around. Oh my God, is that just love? But it's interesting. It's points like that that help bring about your faith.
Yeah.
Because God even gives evidence that of the faith that people had and give it to us today. It's just like the video I sent you. Remember that video I sent you where in the Red Sea they showed chariots.
Yeah.
In the Red Sea, they showed chariots, wheels, and chariots that was in the bottom of the Red Sea. So even though you may not have believed it then, that's proof that Moses did, because Moses didn't. All God told him to do was stretch his staff out. And so he had to be obedient and then stretch his staff out, and the sea opened up and swallowed his enemy. But and another point, as far as concerning faith, to me, the biggest killer of faith is this right here.
Yeah. Logic and
intelligence.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because we try to intelligence God out.
Yeah.
And we think that this mind is so far out there, and we try to prove the Bible wrong. And like I tell people, you can even be smarter than me, more intelligent than me, and prove me wrong in a lot of areas. That still does not mean that there is no God.
Nope.
That doesn't mean that. That just means you're more intelligent than me in a certain area. That's all it means. That's all it means.
And I mean, let's be truthful. Are you really intelligent, or
yeah?
Because I believe intelligence is knowing that God is real.
Hello, because the fear of God is the beginning of what?
Wisdom.
Hello, but we know.
I mean, but you know, but again, when we talk about this faith is not faith until it's tested.
Hello,
and that's where that PTSD stuff come in. Like,
yeah.
You know, how do I know I got faith if I've never had a situation come up that challenges me?
Yeah.
And so there are times God allows these situations to come up that He don't bring us out of, you know, instantly. There are some things that I was again talking with our sponsor, that there's some things that God is not just going to bring you out of.
No.
There's some things He's going to make you walk through.
Yeah.
But He's not doing it because He's evil, because He's vindictive, but He's doing it because He's trying to build you up. How do you have strong faith if it's never been tested? And how do you become strong, period? There has to be a time that it gets exercised.
Yeah, it got to.
You got to get work. You have to have some kind of a pushback. Yeah. You're gonna have to push against it. You know, it's a constant workout. This faith thing is a constant workout. We're constantly building up our faith. Each and every day that we wake up, there's times that we have to again build up our faith. We gotta press against what the enemy is telling us, because the enemy will tell us, look, it ain't worth it. Yeah. You're gonna die. Give up. This is gonna be a horrible day. You might as well just not even try it. But we press against the enemy with the word. We press against him with our actions. You know, that I refuse.
It's not our attitude.
Hello? We have to. I don't have time to sit here and listen to the garbage that you're trying to put out there. Yeah. I'm going to get into my word. I'm going to put on my worship music. I'm going to get around people that are positive and not negative. Yeah. Because you got to be careful with that too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because PTSD might be the people that you're around.
Hello, man. Man.
I'm going to say that again. Your PTSD may be the people that you're around. It may be the people that your go-to people.
Yes.
You know, the ones that rub your back every time something go wrong. It's going to be all right. Well, actually, no, because it's just going to get worse. And you know, or telling you the stuff that you want to hear about your boo or about your girl. You know what I'm saying? You don't need people like that. You need people, again, that's going to tell you the truth, that's going to give you a godly answer. Somebody that's going to really give you what the Lord is saying about your situation. Well, I ain't got nobody like that in my life. Get somebody.
No. And if you can't find somebody to talk to that may not have the answers from the word, just seek God for yourself.
Hello.
I mean, He's always there. He ain't going to leave you, never forsake you. He's not going to give you information contrary to His will. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, sometimes even when you get stuff in your own mind, you gotta test that thing.
Yeah.
There could be the enemy infiltrating.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And that's why it's important, I believe, to go to church.
Yes.
I believe that the Lord takes you to a church that He's gonna put you under leadership that's gonna teach you the right stuff.
Yes.
And, you know, that's why, you know, I thank God for all the social media pastors out there.
Hello.
All the messages that we get to hear on Reel and all that. That's all nice. But that's like a buffet. And buffets are for everybody. When you go to church, I believe that word is designed specifically for you.
Hello.
A buffet, the chicken ain't seasoned to your liking. It's seasoned so that everybody can eat it.
Hello.
A lot of these reels are out there for everybody to consume it. But when you have a pastor or a leader, that pastor or leader is there designated for your soul, and they're responsible for your soul, and God is going to give them a word for you because you're in that house. My mama cooked stuff the way that we liked it because she realized that's what we like. If I went to your house, your mama ain't going to cook the way I like it for me. She going to cook it because that's the way your family likes to eat.
Hello.
So we need to make sure that while we out here getting all these words and all these words of inspiration, that we ask God, what is for me?
Yes.
Tell me what's for me, because I don't want to take in the wrong stuff and get food poisoning.
Hello. But and another thing too, and it goes back to what we said in part one.
Yes.
Folks want to try to dress up God the way that they want. Sometimes the only way they faith that they believe they have faith because everything's going grand. Everything going good. Everything's happening for me the right way. I started a business, took off quick. I did this, it happened fast. I asked for this, I got it immediately. That's not faith.
No.
Actually, that's the opposite. And it's the opposite of because faith takes patience.
Yeah.
And that's the opposite of patience. If everything is like my pastor says, he said we live in a microwave society.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to wait for it. Everybody wants it quick. Put it in the microwave 2-3 minutes, ding, give it to them. But when you getting a good meal,
Help us today.
when you getting a good meal, it's prepared, it's seasoned right, it's tenderized, whatever needs to be done is put in the oven and cooked to a certain temperature for a certain amount of time, so it's done the way that you need it to be. Not to hurry up, put it in 2-3 minutes in the microwave, and thing is there, and then we go, oh, I'm eating good.
Well, can I even help you with that? My mother, God bless you for watching, Mom, because I know you're watching.
And we got lemons. I just want to put that out there. Love you. We'll talk about that another time.
My sweet mother. When on Saturday night, she would start prepping for Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And so say we was having roast, help us today. She would begin to prep that stuff and she would wake up real early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I would hear her clinking and clanking in the kitchen and her preparing because, you know, after we got home from church on Sunday, we wanted to eat, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so she would get up and she would make the preparation and cut up the potatoes and get the carrots and have the roast and get the all, you know, everything that she would put it in that oven. And about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, you begin to start smelling something.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be like, my God, something's happening. But it's because it was preparation that was made. And she got up early because she knew it took time, especially if you want your roast to be tender and you want it done right.
All right.
It's going to take some time to get that done. And not only was she doing that, but she was getting the mashed potatoes to, my God, the mashed potatoes and you know, maybe some broccoli, or she had some macaroni and cheese, and then maybe she made some cornbread with. I hope y'all get hungry.
Yes.
And so then, you know, then she had that peach cobbler, that rice pudding, or something. All that took time. She wasn't gonna do that after church.
Mm-mm. That ain't a microwave.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take the time. When you really want something good,
hello,
you gonna take the time to do it and do it right. Especially, and it was such a reward. I went to church and praised him good. You know why? Because I knew when I got home. I knew it. I said, well, I'm gonna sweat. I'm gonna do everything because when I go home, I got something good waiting for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna be a microwave meal.
Yep.
And ain't no pizza.
Mm-hmm.
I got something good. And if you like pizza, gotta be with you. But I wanted that Sunday meal. And we slow. And when you get done eating that, the coma that will come up on you. Oh my.
He said, if something was bothering me, I slept in the door.
I'm trying to tell you, I didn't know what was happening no more. You know, my life didn't even matter because she hooked. But anyways, it takes time. Faith, real faith, it's going to take time. You have to do your preparation. You got to pray. You got to read your word. You got to fast. You got to do all that.
Yep.
It ain't just going to pop up on you. Oh, I got supernatural faith. No, you have to go through the process of going through it.
And that's what I think the problem is. People who see Christians think it was an instant change. And this thing took time.
And some people, though, want to make you think it was an instant change.
You know, and it's not. It's not an instant change. It takes time. I mean, you have to be able to go through the rebirth. You have to go through the renewing of the mind. You have to go through. Like I just didn't. If I was to take a car and was trying to fix it up brand new, it ain't gonna get all done that day.
No,
because I got to do the engine, I got to do the interior, I got to do the exterior. It's not gonna happen all in one day. It's gonna take a process to get it all the way back to what it once was, and even better than it was before. It takes time, man. It's a process. I mean, just look at God. He a patient God.
Yeah,
very patient. Think about it, man. When Adam and Eve fell, Why didn't Jesus pop right up there and down the cross and for all our sin? Why it take all that time to bring him about? When to go all through, because Jesus had to be a certain person with a certain look, with a certain attitude, with a certain moral character or look, or however God wanted to do it. He had to put that thing in order so that Jesus would be what he needed him to be, and then bring him about to this earth. It took time.
Yeah,
it took time, man, and we have to be able to give ourselves time to get to a place of strong faith.
Yeah. And again, you may feel like, I'm not there yet. Okay. Honestly, who is?
Hello.
Let's just be honest. Who is?
Man.
I see you and I heard you preach and I seen you on here and y'all got your own show and all this other stuff. And so I know that y'all got to be there. No, we're taking it step by step.
Mm-hmm.
It's like being on a treadmill.
Yeah.
Step by step. Because I've even seen people that's been on that treadmill for years still fall off.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
It happens. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to tell
you. So you have to take it step by step, moment by moment. And, because...
Sometimes our God, man.
Hello?
Sometimes life hits you that way.
Yeah. And
it ain't going to hit me and the bishop could be going through the same thing, but it's going to hit him different from what it hits me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He may take it hard. I may look at it and go, man, it ain't bothering me that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then in another situation, he may be easy on it, and I may be like, oh my God, this is the worst thing I ever experienced.
Yeah.
Because, man, that's just life. And you got to be able to take the punches, man. And like I was just given from a friend, we have to be able to wait on the Lord.
Yeah.
Folks don't want to wait.
No.
We want microwave. Give it to me right now. If you can't give it to me right now, then you ain't the God that they said you was.
We want pre-packaged blessings.
Hello. Pre-packaged.
Yeah, we want a pre-packaged.
He said it should be.
He said,
Come get Lord sending that.
yeah, right now.
Is that the double? You said we don't want no prep work to be able to handle the blessing.
Right.
No,
we don't.
We don't want no prep work to be able to handle it.
But we still want the same blessing that everybody else does.
Yes.
We still want that same blessing.
Yes.
And so I'm a blessed. Yeah. Don't worry about it. We not gonna, and we got a reply. So, but again, we have to be willing. Mm-hmm. We have to be willing to wait on God, and I believe that if we do that, it will help us in those times when we're feeling stressed, when we're feeling the world is caving in on us. And again, I think we all go through those moments. The issue that people have, they don't want to admit that they go through it. Yeah. If we can just get to a place where we can admit that we have these issues, we can get help for these issues. Yeah. But as long as we sitting up here acting like we got it all together, that we acting like don't nothing ever bother us, we'll never get the help that we need. Yep. I have a knee problem. My knee is hurting, but I'm gonna keep trying to walk straight because I don't want you to know. But maybe you got a brace that can help my knee. But because I'm not willing to admit that I have this problem, matter of fact, what I'm doing is I'm making it worse because I keep walking on it right. Well, hello, I may be an expert in knees. I may just be an expert that can help you. Oh, no, all you got to do is this. All you got to do is the work, and it's going to take a time. It's going to take that process to get that knee back the way the kids need. What's on your knee? Hello? We don't even want to walk around with y'all ladies. I don't want nobody to know that I got this problem. You say, I don't. So you're going to walk around and just make yourself worse. Yeah. Because you're worried about what somebody else got to say about you. Yeah. God help us. But that's what our society, we want to look. We have an image that we're trying to keep up. Yeah. And we want everybody to think that we're something that we're not. Yep. And it's just like, God, help me to be real. I want to be real. Yeah. I'd rather be real than to walk around with a fresh thin boil on me. I'm going to tell this one story. I think it's going to be about time to get up. And so there was a story that the lie and the truth went swimming. And when they went out there swimming, they went out far, far, far. So the lie, what they did was they went skinny dipping, took their clothes off, got out there. A lie decided it was going to come back first. And when it came back on shore, it took the truth's clothes and put the truth clothes on and went through the city. And Truth came out and looked for his clothes. Wasn't no clothes. So he walked through the city too. And they looked at him and said, well, how are you going to walk around like this? He said, I'd rather be the naked truth than a dressed up lie.
I heard that. All right.
We want to be real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you think about us, regardless of what you know about us, we want to be real.
Yeah.
And I believe that when you are your real, authentic self,
Mm-hmm.
that's when you are your best self.
Yeah.
That's when you are your best self. And so hopefully something that we're saying today is helping you get through your moments.
Yes.
And also know this, distractions come.
Yes.
Distractions come. And you got to be able to work through your distractions.
Yeah.
You have to, because they're not going to stop.
And hello, you may even pay too much attention to the distraction.
And it mess you up.
It mess you up, and then guess what? You got to get right back on track. Just get back on track.
So help us, God.
Yes, help us strong. And let me say this too. If it's people out there, man, that's listening to this, and you want somebody just to connect with you and pray with you, please inbox us. We ain't gotta have no video. It could be via a text or whatever, a messenger. Just say, hey man, I need some prayer, and I promise you, we will get back with you as soon as we can. But just please understand that we have lives too and things that we got to get done, and we're not always looking at this page. So please, if you have something that you need prayer about, if you have questions about something, or if it's something that you want us to discuss and talk about, please get on the Bishop and Oz Facebook page, chat with us. We would love to talk with y'all. And like I said, if you want prayer, we even willing to pray with y'all.
Yeah.
Whoever it is or whatever we may be going through. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that we experienced everything in life, that we know what to do about everything, because we don't. But we do know a God that can take care of it all.
That's very true.
And I believe if we pray in that name, in Jesus' name, he can fix it and make it right for us.
And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
You got to do that. We're trying to get our numbers up. I would like to at least get 1,000 folk on our YouTube page. I would love to have that at least.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
And so that means y'all got to get to work.
Yeah.
And help us not to have PTSD.
Yeah.
You know, lift some of that off of us.
Yeah.
Show us that you're enjoying what you are watching.
Yes.
And we would greatly appreciate that. But I think this has been another good episode.
Yeah.
Glad to get through part 2 of this.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
And to the people that have got on the chat.
Yes.
And said stuff to us. Thank you for reaching out to us. Thank you for even just saying hello. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
It lets us know that people are seeing it, y'all liking it, and that y'all enjoy what we putting out there, because we are not trying to put junk out there. We are trying to put some authentic, real stuff out there. So thank you.
And if you see us in public, we do sign autographs.
Yeah.
And
and we do take checks. I'm just, nah.
the one that don't bounce. Anyway, this has been the Bishop.
And
we'll catch you next time. This is the Bishop.